Hey guys, for our project this week we're going to use Autodesk Sketchbook again, and we're going to do a picture of a turtle that uses pattern to add texture to its shell. So kindergarten and first graders, I want you to add one pattern to your picture. Second through fifth grade, I want you to add several. This project, before you start working in Sketchbook, you're going to want to go find some colorful patterns. So I'm going to open up Safari and search for colorful patterns and change that to an image search. And kindergarten and first grade, you're going to want to get one or two patterns that you like. Second through fifth grade, you'll probably want to get 5 or 6. So all I'm doing is scrolling through here. When I find a pattern I like, I'm holding my finger down on it and clicking on Add to Photos. Find one I like, hold my finger down, add to photos. Okay, so once you've found a pattern or two that you like, you can go ahead and open up Sketchbook. You will probably need to click on the menu button, get a new sketch, click on Create, and if it asks you if you want to save current sketch, I usually do. And then you want to make sure your color is turned all the way down to black and that you have a drawing tool that has a nice thick outline. And remember, I can change the size once I click on that tool again. That looks good. Once you have a good thick black drawing tool, I want you to draw a nice big turtle. You don't need a lot of shapes on your turtle shell because we're going to add a pattern to that later on. But I do want you to think about drawing nice and big, and I want you to think about making sure as you're drawing that you close your shapes. Remember, if you leave shapes open, like I left this tail open, when we use that fill bucket later, it will fill out into shapes that you don't want it to. I always like to draw the ground that my turtle is standing on. There we go. And nice big smile. Okay, so once you have your turtle drawn, then we're going to add that pattern in that we saved earlier. I'm going to go up and click on the import image up at the top, and then I can go to my photos and find the pattern that I like. We'll import it into your screen, and what's important here is that you resize it so it's big enough that it covers your whole entire turtle shell. That looks pretty good, so I'm going to click Done, and then I'm going to click on that layer again. It's going to give me some options. I'm going to turn this opacity down so that I can see my outline through it, but I can still see my pattern. And then I'm just going to get my eraser and erase everything except for the pattern that is in the shell. We're using that pattern to decorate the shell. And if you're, remember, you can change the size of this eraser. If it's way too small and it's going to take you forever to erase, turn it up a little bit, make it a little bigger. Or if it's too big and you can't erase in small enough details, turn it down. And I'm just going to zoom in so I can erase a little more clearly. Going to erase everything except for what's right inside my shell. Good, and once I've done that, then I can go back and click on that, click on my pattern layer and turn the opacity back up. And then I'm going to go down and click on my turtle layer, hold my finger down to select it, and move the outline up above the pattern layer. And you can see I still have that outline layer selected. That's important because now I'm going to go up and get my fill bucket and fill all of my other shapes. So I need to turn my color back on. There we go. And I'm just going to find a nice turtle color and fill in my turtle parts. Remember, if you left the shape open and it leaks out to where you don't want it to, you need to click the undo button, turn off your fill bucket, and go back and get your black. Then you can patch up that little hole And then turn your bucket back on, get your green, and then fill in the shape without it leaking out everywhere. I'm going to pick a color for my ground and a color for my sky. Once you have your picture how you like it, make sure I can see the entire turtle on the screen. And then take a screenshot that is power key and home key at the same time. That will save your turtle to photos and you're ready to post it in Seesaw.